Are you a NASCAR fan? Then hold on tight because we've got some jaw-dropping news about Hendrick Motorsport star driver Chase Elliott. After his recent injury, rumors are swirling that the team might be done with him. But wait until you hear the shocking facts that have just been revealed. Then get ready to be blown away as we explore the future of this NASCAR superstar. This is a must-watch video you don't want to miss. Here we begin. Chase Elliott is undeniably one of the most prominent and skilled NASCAR drivers of our time. At only 27 years old, he has already won the coveted Cup title in 2020 and has 18 career Cup victories under his belt. In addition, he's made it to the championship finale for 3 consecutive seasons, showcasing his immense talent and dedication to the sport. Elliott's journey with NASCAR began when he was only 14 years old, signing a developmental deal with Hendrick Motorsports. NASCAR runs in his blood, and he's the son of the legendary NASCAR Hall of Famer Bill Elliott, who was voted as one of NASCAR's 50 greatest drivers in 1998. Currently sitting in 14th place in the Cup Series with 49 points, fans worldwide eagerly anticipate his return to the tracks and continue to be in awe of his remarkable achievements. The accident. Shockingly, in a recent turn of events, Chase Elliott, the NASCAR driver of Hendrick Motorsports, suffered a leg injury during a snowboarding accident last Friday, causing him to miss the upcoming race in Las Vegas. The surgery was scheduled for Friday evening, and no updates have been provided on his current condition since then. In the meantime, Josh Berry will replace Elliott in the number 9 Chevrolet on Sunday's race. Hendrick Motorsport's owner Rick Hendrick emphasized that Elliott's health is their top priority and assured fans that they would provide him with all the resources he needs during his recovery. Hendrick is hopeful that he'll have an update on Elliott's condition during the weekend. NASCAR fans worldwide are eagerly awaiting more news on Elliott's recovery and wishing him a speedy return to the tracks. Hendrick decision looming on Chase Elliott's replacement. The accident ruled him out of last Sunday's Pennzoil 400 race at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Hendrick Motorsports called up Josh Berry, the driver of JR Motorsports Xfinity Series, to replace him behind the wheel of the number 9 Chevrolet. Elliott underwent a 3-hour-long surgery on the same night, and it was announced that he would not be returning to the tracks for several weeks. Although no specific timeline was given for his return, Hendrick Motorsports applied for a playoff waiver, indicating a hopeful outlook on his recovery. Meanwhile, Berry raced in place of Elliott and finished in the 29th position in Sunday's 271-lap race at the oval track spanning 1.5 miles or 2.414 kilometers in Las Vegas, Nevada. NASCAR fans worldwide are eagerly awaiting for Elliott's recovery and his comeback to the tracks. But there is still no word on who will replace the injured Chase Elliott in the number 9 Chevrolet. Jeff Andrews, the president of Hendrick Motorsports, has confirmed that a decision will be made to ensure the team has enough time to prepare for the race. Interestingly, Josh Berry, who replaced Elliott in the previous race, is also scheduled to be at Phoenix Raceway for the Xfinity Series on Saturday. Meanwhile, Elliott, who has been released from the hospital, will begin his physical therapy this week to kickstart his recovery journey and get back on his track. Hendrick Motorsports says no timeline for Chase Elliott's return. Jeff Andrews, the team's president and general manager, confirmed that Elliott underwent 3-hour surgery on Friday to fix a fractured tibia and is recuperating well. He further stated that Elliott is expected to be released from the hospital on Saturday, but admitted that there is no specific timeline for his return to the racetrack. While Andrews acknowledged that Elliott's recovery would take several weeks, he emphasized that the team's priority is his health and well-being. He stated that they would collaborate with the driver and his medical team to determine when he could compete again. He said, "At this point in time, we would expect this obviously to be several weeks," Andrews said. "But beyond that, I don't have a timeline to offer you. We will obviously work with Chase and his doctors in the future to help determine that. But again, I just can't reiterate enough that for Mr. Hendrick and Hendrick Motorsports, the most important thing is Chase's health and well-being, so we will work with him on that timeline." Andrews expressed confidence in Elliott's abilities and long-term partnership despite the setback. "We're going to race a long time together with Chase Elliott, and we're going to win a lot more races together," he said. Also further, he stated that it's certainly a little bit of a setback, and obviously, Chase is very disappointed. But again, I want to reiterate that the most important thing is Chase's health. will have his seat ready for him when he's healthy and ready to get back into a race car. He also assured fans that Elliott's seat would be ready for him when he's ready to return to the driver's seat. Moreover, the news of Chase Elliott's injury while snowboarding has sparked a discussion about drivers' risks when participating in high-risk activities outside of their primary roles in NASCAR. Hendrick Motorsport's president and general manager Jeff Andrews stated that the organization doesn't have policies in place to restrict their drivers or personnel from engaging in such activities, and that Elliott's accident would not prompt them to reevaluate those policies. Andrews highlighted that drivers have a life outside of racing, and what Elliott was doing was not unusual for him, as he has been an experienced snowboarder for most of his life. These guys have to go out and live a life outside of the racetrack, and certainly what Chase was doing was not anything abnormal for him, Andrews said. He also pointed out that a similar injury could occur while doing other activities such as mountain biking or even while jogging. He further said he's an experienced snowboarder. He's been doing it most of his life, and it was an accident. A similar injury could happen to falling off a mountain bike or stepping off a curb while you're jogging. Again, it was an accident, and Chase feels awful about it, but our stance is just that. It was an accident, and our guys have to go out and live their lives. Andrews maintained that the incident was an accident, and while Elliott felt terrible about it, their stance is that accidents can happen and their drivers should be able to live their lives. What do other team members have to say? Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney, a close friend of Chase Elliott and Team Penske's driver, revealed that he spoke to Elliott on Saturday morning. Although he's disappointed about missing this weekend's race, he's trying to stay positive. Blaney acknowledged that he has snowboarded with Elliott before, but not on this particular trip to Colorado. Blaney explained that Elliott is a highly skilled snowboarder, having spent most of his life in the mountains. However, he emphasized that accidents can happen even while doing something you're experienced with and comfortable with. You can't be doing anything you're really good at and have an accident, so it's not like he was doing something he was inexperienced at, Blaney said. Despite the setback, Blaney supported his friend, saying he's got a great support system and he'll be back in no time. Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick, a veteran driver and owner of KHI Management, has a unique perspective on the debate surrounding extracurricular activities for NASCAR drivers. Harvick, who's in his final Cup Series season with Stewart-Haas Racing, believes that drivers should be able to enjoy their lives outside of the racetrack, even if it involves some level of risk. He shared, I like to live my life. I like to ski. I like to go do things. So stuff's gonna happen, but you know this deal, there's way too much time spent at the racetrack to not be able to live the rest of your life, and to have to live in a bubble is impossible. He also acknowledges that accidents can happen in everyday life and that it's impossible to completely avoid all risks. However, he discourages drivers to approach their extracurricular activities cautiously and be mindful of potential consequences. I try to do things cautiously and try to think about the consequences of what I'm doing, and whether it's conditions or slopes or taking somebody with me, or whatever the case may be, you just try to be smart about it. He said that. So, I don't know all the circumstances of Chase's situation, but we just ask our guys, and myself included, to just be smart, just think about what you're doing. What do you think? Comment below and subscribe for more.